left hand post.
There probably a good 25 passes there coming in and out, and you could see what Olsen was trying, just to sort of a Modric style, bend it in, that don't have to put too much power on it, more accuracy, doesn't quite catch it right. Great first touch from him as well to get it out of his feet.
Grace just lifting that beyond Aaron Green, who is now the target man in the absence of Dan Carr. Finn now pushed up alongside him.
But as the game goes on, Conor, you're going to expect shots like that. I think the interesting thing is they're not cutting Rovers open. Rovers are staying, their shape is right, the back five has been strong, the midfielders are disciplined, making it difficult for them.
Well, we've yet to see 74 minutes on the watch. Kuzunu really challenged. He stood up to one or two speculative efforts from distance, and he's controlled things coming into his penalty area, but he's not been forced upon to make a really clinical save. That's another free kick conceded by Tariq Elyounoussi.
Yeah, poor from Elyounoussi there, because Grace has actually got himself in a bit of trouble. He was hoping the ball would run out over the line, all of a sudden it stops, and he managed to keep his body between it, but Elyounoussi just touched him on the back. He goes over, wins the free kick. You really don't need a lot of contact to go over to get that free kick in European football. Referee will always give it.
The ball just got away from Bulger. Adu works it wide to Olsen. Elyounoussi looking for his captain through the centre, and it's back now to Lindqvist. Support arriving from deeper. It's Olsen again. Acres of space now for Milosevic, who we've seen already likes to hit them from distance. He's quickly closed down that time by Finn, and this time it misses out Olsen to Lindqvist, who gets it back, and it's overplayed, and they've been their own worst enemy in terms of those little exchanges. They've overhit passes, they've surrendered possession, they've conceded needless free kicks, and we expected better, frankly, from the home side.
Yeah, you'd expect much better from them. It's the right idea, clever ball. Just a poor execution there from Olsen. You'd wonder if he's been on the park all night. Does he play that a lot better? I do go back to that very, very strange decision to leave him on the bench tonight. He's the player that makes them tick in there. He moves it really well. They brought him on with maybe 60 minutes on the clock to try and get them out of jail here now.
Well, no question, of course, what the brief for the season for Ricard Norling, the manager, is, and that is to win back a first title since they won a double in 2009. But such is the financial repercussions of getting through a round and another round in European competition that certainly they would not have looked on this tie lightly whatsoever, albeit, as I mentioned, they are for the first time since 2009 some 260 rounds of matches back for the first time top of the division in Sweden. But he kind of looked at this game that lightly to rest a couple of his key players. That's one of those, you think, as well, inside the Shamrock Rovers dressing room when the team news comes through an hour before kickoff. They look at it and say, oh really, you're taking us lightly? No, that wasn't a light challenge. Milosevic goes down under the challenge, and there's going to be a second yellow card of the evening.
Yeah, strong tackle from Grace there. I think he wins the ball, but did his follow through catch Milosevic? He goes over, certainly makes the most of it. Yeah, probably goes with studs a little bit there. Once you go to ground, you're going to get penalised. He certainly does catch him. Yellow card, definitely. I've done Milosevic a disservice there. He does catch him badly. But from a Rovers perspective, just get your shape now. Forget about arguing. Get your wall up. Keep a high line if you can.
Yellow 2 shown to Goitom. I think if that leading right leg of Lee Grace is any higher and catches him up on the shin, that could be a different colour card. Well, they scored in the 18th minute, and here they are with 12 to go, defending a set-piece situation. Sundgren will take. Plenty of big targets in there now with the addition of Goitom in particular. Two-man wall. Bazunu waits. Sundram delivers. It's a poor delivery, but it's not dealt with in that Shamrock Rovers defence, and it will be now as it's hooked clear by Dylan Watts.
Awful free kick. Really poor execution again. It's unacceptable at this level. And they've been really poor with their set pieces tonight.
Olsen. Rovers do drop off now. Lifts it forward towards Goitom, the captain. And that's well won back. Sundram, poor ball though. Gives it to Bulger. Lifts one over the top for Green to chase. And he's got away with one again. Janssen that time a little bit sloppy. The ball just broke off the back of Aaron Green, and now the space is wide left for Olsen. Goes through the gears. There's a slip by Boyle. Lindquist drops one across the penalty area. Joey O'Brien goes down. I think he may have hurt himself in trying to clear that. And the attack comes to nothing. Space is beginning to develop though, worryingly from a Shamrock Rovers point of view. And
that's how quickly it can change. If Aaron Green had just kept his head up there, it's an awful mistake. I thought it was Carlson who mishit it. If Aaron Green probably could have picked up the second ball there and got at him straight away, he gets away with one. 2 passes. They're in the Rovers' last third. And that's a half chance there. Joey O'Brien, look, as he clears it, he does really well to clear it, but it's a strange one. He seems to have caught something on his shoulder there. Not quite sure how that happened, but he looks in a lot of pain. He just steps in there well. He comes down heavy on the arm. Yeah. Obviously catches the shoulder off there. Looks like he's in a bit of pain. Good defending though.
A player who, as much as anyone, has had his injury troubles down the years. We don't need to reel those off. He's probably missed, all said and done, the better part of 3.5, 4 years of his career down the years, Joey O'Brien. But that man in your picture is not happy. He wants a real sense of urgency from his team now as we tick into the 82nd minute. And that's Henrik Goitom, the 33-year-old club captain at AIK. In his second spell at the club, 39 goals in 93 in the league between 2012 and 2015. Eritrean international, born very close to here. Finn working hard underneath it, but he can't quite win it. Carlson plays one down the line. And he could be in behind here potentially. Bulger, he's giving away a little bit of height and weight in there, but he scrapped hard to try and win it back. Lifted it forward towards Green. And Bulger in the way.
But again, lots of Rovers bodies around there. I think Lee Grace at times can be a little bit sloppy with his distribution. He just needs to be careful he doesn't give it away in the last third. Some tired legs out there now for Rovers, but he didn't stop. Ronan Finn as ever helping out Bulger that time. I think a lot's going to lie on Green up top. Can he get that ball? You remember Dan Kerr holding it up once or twice just to relieve that little bit of pressure.
Nicholas Stefanelli coming in for Rasmus Lindquist. The third substitution of the night for the home side, who continue to trail by a 1-0. Christopher Olsen. Chased up here by Aaron Bulger. Adu available should he choose to go backwards, but Olsen wants to go forwards. Too many times tonight AIK have gone backwards, all the way back to their own half, in fact, from this kind of position. Milosevic from distance, and this time he tries his luck, and just for a second you wondered, was the top corner of Bazunu's goal going to ripple there?
Bazunu seems the calmest man around. It's a great strike, it's not too far off. He catches that really well. Second chance he's had, in fairness to him, he struck them both well. Very unlucky with that one.
Well, he's waited better part of 84 minutes, but Greg Bulger is going to get his chance, and it's at the expense of Sam Bone, who's called ashore. Spoken already about this man's experience at this level in this kind of situation.
Yeah, huge amount of experience. Cork, Pats, and you're just looking for him now to just get the midfield together. A lot of tired legs out there. Keep the shape and get on the ball that little bit when you get a chance.
Bulger trying to pick his way through 2 or 3 tackles right on the edge of that AIK penalty area. He felt he was fouled in trying to do so. The referee didn't want any of it, and away they come with Sundgren. Stepping inside, finding Elianusi. Back it goes to Milosevic from Enakofi Adu. Olsen steps away from one challenge, got his shot away, and struck Roberto Lopez. 85 minutes now on the watch, and Rovers continue. Well, it's been an increasingly rearguard action here. They do need to find a second goal to find their way through. Whipped in, and Lopez just momentarily lost the flight of the ball, but he gets away with it.
Very lucky there from Lee Grace. Bit of a reckless challenge, I think, as Olsen steps in. Grace comes out, puts a sliding challenge in. Olsen decides to stay on his feet and to have a shot. I think he's on a yellow already. Certainly would have been in trouble that time.
Not the greatest of kickouts from the goalkeeper, and they could be in here. Real trouble in the Rovers rear guard. Well, that was a great opportunity, not taken. And it's from the latest introduction, Nicola Stefanelli, who got his angles and his connection all wrong here over the head of Joey O'Brien.
Beautiful ball from Olsen there. Does everything right. Little dink. Stefanelli just gets. What is he, 7-8 yards out to the left? But just a little bit sloppy from Rovers in the last couple of minutes.
Swedish opponents for Cork City. Possession for Ronan Finn. Bulger. Here's Finn once more. A rare opportunity now for Rovers to find something inside the penalty area. Green's header. Oh, it's come off the outside of the post, and that was the opportunity. The dying embers of normal time here to find a second goal and put themselves in control in the tie.
What a chance. It's a brilliant ball in. Green just drops off the centre back there, and he does everything right. Steadies himself, gets his body shape right, heads it down, and just manages to hit the post. So unlucky, but it's great play there by Rovers. After having probably a wobbly couple of minutes there, the composure they showed in that move was fantastic. And really, that would have been it.
Picked up by Bulger again, spreads it wide to Boyle. Evidence again that Rovers can orchestrate opportunities, they can find space. You just wonder, with 87 minutes on the watch now, was that the chance? Do they now just say, OK, let's get as far as extra time? Finn doesn't quite have the legs at this stage of the game to get on the end of that, and it's back from Milosevic to Linear, who's beaten all ends up by the header from Aaron Green. 7 or 8 yards out from goal. He had to make all the power in the direction, he just had to guide it towards that post. The keeper was beaten.
It was very clever because he actually steps in and then drops out, and Janssen got caught under the flight of the ball. I think Carlson did as well. It was a brilliant ball in to find them. And he does absolutely everything right, Connor, just outside of the post. Her hitting the inside of the post, I suppose. Very, very unlucky.
Here come AIK. Is there to be a winner in 90 minutes here? Olsen. Yasmin to Milosevic. too. He's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Goitom gets it back from Sundgren. There's plenty of movement in and around the penalty area. All the way back to Milosevic. Olsen wants it and wants it quickly. There's an urgency around AIK. And again, there's one or two spaces around the edge of the area, and the little prodded effort from Elyounoussi in the end is a long way off the target, but they're trying to find those little pockets of space. They need intricate, quick passing.
They worked that really well there. Elyounoussi and Olsen moved the ball 2 or 3 times, and then he took it first time. Decent effort. If he could have, nothing else he could have done, because if he'd taken a touch, the Rovers defender had come out to him. I think it was Joey O'Brien had closed him down. Lopez was also very close, so he decided to hit it first time. But they worked that very, very well there. Haven't seen a lot of that really, Conor, have we? All evening.
No, he's been poor, Elyounoussi. Here's Finn forging forward now. Is there another chance potentially in Shamrock Rovers? Bolger is there in support of Ronan Finn. We do have 2 inside the area. Back to Greg Bolger. Early ball inside the penalty area. It's a good one for Green again. Really good delivery. He acknowledges the quality on the ball. And they can't have been too far away from that outstretched diving leg.
Yeah, decent ball in again. I think the defenders did much better this time. Both Carlson and Janssen aware of the run. They just managed to shepherd him out of it. He throws a leg at it, just managed to go past them. But it's a decent ball in between the goalkeeper and the defenders.
6 minutes of added time. Finn could have been away there, and he's been caught a little bit late. Albeit it was in the act of winning the ball from Robin Janssen, who did so. Greg Bolger gets it back now. Too much on that for Green. I just wonder which of these 2 sides, if we do get as far as extra time, just has that little bit of extra reserve in the tank. Certainly in the balance of the last 20 minutes, there's a freshness around the likes of Olsen and Goitom up there for AIK.
Yeah, they've certainly stepped it up a little bit. Olsen is battering down the goal. The Milosevic shot possibly, but that's 35 yards out. Stefanli had a chance when he came in, fluffed it.
He's inside the area here, and again it's a shot from all of 25-30 yards on the angle too. Yes, and this time not troubling Gavin Bazunu's goal.
Huge performance from Rovers. Going into the game, I didn't really fancy them last week. When you looked at them, they were lethargic. Both sides were lethargic. I think AIK were just a better side than on the night, without being exceptional. But to come in, they set up their shape differently, changing personnel. They've really been excellent tonight. It's been a fantastic performance.
Here come AIK. 2 very, very strong appeals for free kicks in the build-up to this attack. This will be very interesting. There certainly seemed to be a foul from Stefanelli, and there was one after that as well. In the end, it comes to nothing, thankfully, from a Rovers point of view. Greg Bolger just sees that out over the byline in front of his own supporters over on that far right-hand side. A little over 2 minutes of the stoppage time remaining. Ronan Finn and his Rovers teammates facing down the prospect of 30 minutes of extra time, and then potentially, who knows, perhaps penalties thereafter. Finn putting Carlson under pressure. Boyle steps in. The referee saw enough in that to award a free kick, and then it's the ball's thrown away by Aaron Bolger. Olsen. That's good awareness, good positioning from Ethan Boyle. Good strength too, he's got plenty of that. Here's Bulger, he's looking for an out ball, he finds Watts. He's getting ever closer to his ankles. He's worked very, very hard for his team tonight.
Yellow card to number 21,
Sundgren. Rovers continuing to work hard, keep their defensive shape, and they've won it back here. Ball through the middle was on for Green. It's picked up by Watts. He's happy to funnel it back to O'Brien, who finds Boyle. Is there one last effort inside the 96 minutes here for Shamrock Rovers? Boyle, can he find a delivery in towards the penalty area? Does they have the appetite to do so, or are they happy to take extra time? He's still going. That looked to Shamrock Rovers. The referee's assistant is only a yard away and straight away signalled it to the home side. Olsen, I can't give him any kind of space in this position. Again, there's a little bit of a clash off the ball. Sundgren. Two in the middle. Can he find a cross? That's Bulger's touches in there. AIK throw in.
Right decision there from the referee. Lopez just coached him off the ball there. And they're attacking. No need to do it really. He just stepped in, body checked them. No need at all. Stefan Ali is it that he catches?
Yeah.
Right to give a yellow there. Ref lets it play on, but Greg Bulger tracks back. Does really well.
And that's it. That is the end of normal time, and Shamrock Rovers have maintained their advantage given to them in the 18th minute by Daniel Carr. We are set in Sweden now for 30 minutes of extra time and the potential of penalty kicks thereafter. The introduction of Christopher Olsen, the 23-year-old playmaker in midfield, and indeed the captain up top late in the game, just lifted the tempo for the home side. But as they take on some refreshments and a little bit of tactical nous from the respective managers, what lies ahead now for Shamrock Rovers? We will be back with extra time on Air Sport in just a couple of moments. Do stay with us.